We've had a week of just crazy. So we weren't on last week, which is always so super sad for me because I love being here every week. It's like the highlight of every week for me, being on and seeing you guys. It's been an amazing journey, and this year is almost closing. So I think it was nothing but befitting for us to close out almost the year because we're not done yet, but reminding folks of what we should be thankful for. So the last time you saw me on screen, I was in the hot seat. Ray was our co-host for the evening, and he actually, I'm sorry, not co-host, he was the host of the evening. And you guys got to learn a little bit more about me. So if you see, there's a Christmas tree behind me. Weepa! Because we are giving thanks today, but before Thanksgiving every year, we always make sure that our tree is up and that, we're starting to feel the festivities. I haven't really felt it this year, so tonight we're going to be all about giving thanks and remembering why we're here, we're alive, and we're making it through 2020. So I just want to have you guys, sit back, grab yourself some coquito, some wine, whatever it is that's going to make you comfortable so you can have a great night with us tonight. I have some special guests who have been on before. They're joining me on screen tonight so that we can remind you folks out there that there's definitely so many things to be thankful for. I'm going to preface this conversation as I probably always do. Know that I'm going to cry. It's just what I do. So, especially tonight. I just want to remind you folks, as I always do. Good evening, Angela. I see your post. We are here for a purpose, and though we will not be talking about domestic violence tonight, we will just be giving thanks for a wonderful year and still being alive in this crazy time. We are here if you need us. If you need to reach out to the domestic violence hotline, please do so at 1-800-799-7233. You can live chat with them over the phone, or you can text them if you're fearful of your abuser being there at that time. You can also reach us at our website at www.loveshouldnothurt.com. This will be scrolling across the screen all night long. So remember, if you need that information, to jot it down so that you're aware of that and you can share it with whatever you need to. So tonight, like I stated, we're going to have some special guests, people who are important to me, as per usual. Everyone that comes on the show plays a huge part in my life. So the first person I'm going to bring on the screen tonight will be my co-host. You saw him a couple of weeks ago. He had me in the hot seat, but he's going to join me tonight so that we can discuss what we are thankful for in this holiday season. 2020 has not been easy for anyone this year, and I think that it's good that we all have a time tonight to just dwell on the happy things and what it is that we have. Hello, Lucy Maldonado. I see you. We want to dwell on the happy moments in 2020 and what we are all grateful for tonight. So let's welcome to the screen my good friend and my co-host tonight, Ray Velez. Oh, Ray is pouring himself some wine tonight.
What's up, yo?
Hey.
My bad. I was getting a little bit excited over here. Yeah.
He's getting ready. It's okay. Listen, I have my coquito in hand and I'm super ready. Shameless plug, coquito by Delilah Bass, Casa de Delilah. It's awesome. If anybody knows her.
I'm already thankful.
He's already thankful. Very thankful. Hi, guys. Becky, I see you. Hello. Ray, how is your night tonight? How's it going so far?
So far, so good. Just preparing for last minute things for Thanksgiving, trying to, this whole different feel that the family's not really like all getting all together. But the good thing is that we're making the best of it. So it was this last minute shopping and oh my gosh, ShopRite, you do not want to go.
No, not right now.
You don't want to go.
FYI.
That's awesome. But how are you? How are you feeling today?
If I tell you how I'm feeling, I'm going to cry.
No. It's all about happiness. It's all about happiness.
That's right. It is. Listen, I'll tell you this much so that we do bring some happiness and some joy to it, where it is going to be a difficult holiday for myself and like a lot of other people because we can't be gathered with all of the family that we want to. I have been reminded by you and by the other two guests who are actually on the screen back there too. They've both told me to remind myself that even though Grandmama is no longer here, she is here. And that's something that I'm definitely super happy about because I know that I feel her presence. I know that she's around. That's why my tree is up. Thanksgiving and Christmas were her favorite holidays. So we're going to do our best to make it great holidays because Grandma is not physically here, but she's definitely here in my heart. So I'm feeling okay. It's a difficult time for me, but that's why we're doing this show because we got to remind folks that even though 2020 has brought us definite turmoil, there are still things to be thankful for. And even though she's not physically here, she's with me every day. So that's how I'm feeling tonight.
It's good.
So let's get my best.
All rolling, Chrissy.
Right, let's get it started so people can
Hide
feel
it.
it and people can start. Listen, I want everyone to know, if you're watching and you're putting comments, please share what you are thankful for this year in the comment sections. We want to hear from you. 2020 has been tough on all of us. Fill up our comment section and tell us, what are you thankful for this year? Ray, what are you thankful for this year? That's my first
Uh,
question.
what am I thankful for? I'm just thankful, just all around, just to be okay, to be healthy, to just have another day, another opportunity to just better myself each day. Having my family, especially my mom. My mom, out of all, all, and you know how I am when it comes to my mom. My family, friends, my job, Aspira, always a shout out. But dance company, Muévete Dance Company.
Whoop whoop, dance
It's
mom.
it's just an overall, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, and sometimes we don't really get to think about it as much
Yeah,
because we're so busy. We're actually so much hands on that we don't get to actually think about how blessed we really, really are.
that's right.
And definitely just overall just thankful and thankful for amazing friends. And I want to say
Yeah.
especially you too, because of the fact that you're constantly on my butt.
He choked a little bit.
But I'm really thankful for. Oh my God, I'm just gonna say 20 plus.
Yeah, 20 plus. Along.
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna
they
say the
already know
exact
I'm
number,
40, so
but just the
yeah.
20 plus years of friendship that we've had.
I am grateful for you as well. You are, if everybody knows, and I'm sure they know because they watch all the time, you are one of my biggest supporters and you are my number one when it comes to love, shouldn't hurt. So I wouldn't be where I am without you. And I say that very, very honestly. So, when the spirit of giving thanks, I am always super thankful for all of those in my life. So, I'm going to bring on the next person who is going to join us, and we're going to talk about what she's thankful for this year. And I'm sure they're both like, who's she going to call first? Because I said she, and there's two people back there that are female. So, they're both like, oh, which one of us? Which one of us? Which one of us? So, you both are super, super important in my life. The first person I'm going to bring on is my comadre, Miss Evelyn Ramos, and she's like this back screen. You guys can't see her, but I see her, and she's going like this. She's crossing herself so no one sees her. We're gonna bring her on, and she's gonna tell us a little bit about what she's thankful for this 2020. Evelyn Ramos, welcome to the screen, Booski.
Hey, whoop,
How are you today, ma'am?
I'm awful. I'm just kidding. I'm great.
Wait.
I'm wonderful. No, I think it's funny you asked that. If somebody were to really tell you, how would we react? But today's a good day. Today's a good day.
Today's a good day. So 2020 has been super difficult for everybody, 2020 has been just trying for all of us. And I think with, very well, staying home with this pandemic and having to be at home. You have a 2-year-old, she's 3 now, running around, and then you have a teenager who's doing virtual school. What have you found? Because I think that we spend so much time just dwelling on the negativity of this pandemic. What have you found has been probably one of the most things you're thankful for during this time?
I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, it's just a really easy time to fall down that rabbit hole and start to be pissed off about everything that's going wrong. But what I chose to do in this time was to really, I get to work from home and I'm with my girls. So really embracing that I have that opportunity, that I have a job that afforded me that, and kind of looking at it from that perspective. But I'm thankful to be home with my girls. I've always been a working mom. I've always had different people help me and support me with the baby. But to actually be home and be a stay-at-home mom for both my girls for the first time almost ever, I was really thankful for that. That for me, I said, you know what, I'm going to choose to use this time in a way that I probably will never get to do again. And I hate that it had to be because we have this awful pandemic and all these family members. I hate that because I don't want it to come across like, thankfully, COVID gave me this. But I more so said, you know what, I can't control, but I can be thankful for that. And reminding myself of that. Because like you said, I have a 14-year-old who's amazing. And then I have a 3-year-old who's really good at being 3. So there's moments in the middle where I'm like, oh my God, why do I have to? And then I stop and I say, there's nothing you can do. Let's just embrace it and be thankful that you have this opportunity.
Definitely, definitely. I think that we take a lot of those things for granted. I think 2020 kind of stopped us and halted us and said, you know what, everything you take for granted, I'm going to show you what they are now so you can see how much of a blessing they actually really are. And I think in your case too, you were home with your first daughter for a while, but then it was like back to work and, it was like, should I go back to work? And this time, I mean, your daughter just turned 3, and like she is
Mhm.
like right there with you in the cut. She even sits on some of your Zoom meetings.
She might be here in a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's been a blessing getting to know her and all her different personalities during this time and sharing moments with her.
Yeah, yeah, and she's really at that stage where I'm glad I'm the one home. I'm like, gosh, she might get kicked out of preschool anyway if I send her.
Oh boy. Well, I don't know where Ray went because I see him a little decked off on the side, but I don't want to surprise him and pull him on screen. Wait, wait, wait. Oh, there he is. Any specific questions you want to hear from Evelyn? You know what's funny is that these two have both been in my life forever, and Ray always constantly says, "I don't really know Evelyn."
I
Anything
mean,
you want to know?
he's always nice and says hi. Like he never met me. He's always like, "Hey, Evelyn, how are you?" I'm like, "Ray, this is like the 7th time I've seen you, Ray."
I'm always gonna say hi. So I mean, and also because I dig your hair. So I mean, obviously I don't have any, so it's all
You have
good.
plenty to share here.
But I mean, what what in the beginning of the year can you say you were thankful for versus what you have learned to right now in November?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the beginning of the year was thankful for the obvious, my family, my kids, my job, having a good Christmas, getting back to normal, whatever that normal was then. Um, and that's something that's really nice because in retrospect, the things I was probably thankful for then, it's like so like I'm super thankful for now and then some. Just health and happiness. But versus now, oh man, just obvious. I'm glad I haven't gotten COVID. I'm glad no one in my family's gotten it and been sick and really, really affected by it. And I sometimes can't believe I say that out loud. I would not have said that in January. Oh, I hope a pandemic doesn't, hit.
Yeah.
It's just all these
Yeah.
different things. Probably more materialistic things. Now I'm just thankful for like the basic things because you realize just how delicate it is out there. And then we had that whole, year where we were all this political stuff going on. And we're like, we have that on top of everything. But now I'm just like, I'm super thankful for my family more than ever. I'm super thankful I'm with a partner that I actually love and like because we were with each other so much that it was like,
Mhm.
I was hearing friends and people who were breaking up because of this. And
Yeah.
turns out we're solid. We're cool. I mean, we don't want to be around each other all the time,
Mhm.
but we're good. So it's really like perspective, man. This year has given me a lot of perspective.
Definitely.
It's definitely done a turnaround. I mean, like me, for instance, I've been more appreciative of toilet paper, paper towel,
The bare necessities.
their necessities. Necessities. I'm just looking at it like, love you. It's just,
Yeah.
and then in the beginning of the year, I was just like,
Your hand sanitizers, you would use that to wipe down your table. Now it's like, what you,
you're like, that's gold.
yeah. Like this time last year, I was like, I don't even care. I'm gonna clean my glasses and get 4 more. No, it's gold now.
I think even though that horrible corona, the vid, as Kevin Hart would say, hit us and we all thought that it was going to like tear us down. I think that it's shown as well a lot of people's strength. People are a lot more stronger and capable than they believe themselves to be. I think that mentally it took a toll on a lot of people and still is. Financially, it's taken a toll on a lot of small businesses and people who just work for themselves. And I think that, as the months have gone on, a lot of us had just continued to overcome. And I don't think that any of us would have thought at the beginning of the year that we could go through something like this and make it out. It's not over yet, unfortunately. And I think right now we're kind of like at the heart of it. But I think that a lot of us are just thankful that we have made it this far in hopes that we're going to continue to, do well. And hopefully once this is over, it'll just be a memory that we don't even have to think about anymore. So during different parts of this evening, I want to make sure that since we're saying what we're thankful for, that we also pay tribute to people who are no longer here, who we wish were here, but we're thankful for that they played a role in our lives. So as the time goes on, I have 3 specific individuals that we're going to pay a tribute to today. So just look out for that and don't be alarmed when you see something if you just log in and you see that. We want to make sure that during this time, We remember the people that we love with just an open heart and know that, like I stated, they are still with us at this time. So we have another beauty behind the screen in our green room who is watching, another beautiful friend of mine who is waiting back there, and she is going to tell us what she is thankful for. Miss Jessica Narvaez. Hello. Ready?
Hello.
I
I'm
think we all
ready.
got the memo.
Yes. Liquid therapy.
That is right. Oh, look at that. It's like a crisscross. You two have dark wine and we have coquito.
Evelyn, come on our side.
Come to the dark side.
I'm on too many sides as it is.
Oh,
I might as well.
double fisting. So, Mrs. Narvaez Toledo. She's
Yes.
married. What you hear the conversation in the green room, and we're just talking about what we're thankful for in 2020 because Corona has hit, and there's been a lot of negativity about 2020. And a lot of people just see it as there is nothing positive. There is horrible. Let's just throw the whole year away. And I'm sure we all have felt that at some point.
Yeah.
But I know that you, especially you, someone who always has like this, you always find the bright side to the negativity, no matter how bad my story is. You're like, but I'm like,
But
just let me
there's
be
always that
upset.
one time.
There you go.
So, what are you thankful for today, Miss Narvaez?
Well, most importantly, that I woke up this morning. Like
Okay.
God gave me this morning, and I'm here, and I'm just so grateful for that. Most importantly, but of course, family. And 2019 was a rough year for me. So 2020, I was coming in, I was like, ain't nothing gonna be worse than this. And then COVID happened, right? But through it all, I was a stay-at-home mom with my boys, and with my daughter, I didn't have the opportunity to do that. So when we got into the position that we had to, stay home and get quarantined, I was grateful that I had the opportunity to be home with her again. And, and with all of them, obviously, with all three of them, but it gave me a sense of God was like, be still, girl. You're always up and running around. You're always busy. It is time to be still. And I threw that busy word out the window and just took in the time that I have. And I was grateful for that. And kind of like what Evelyn said, where we don't want to sound like, how you say, like, we're glad the pandemic happened. We're not glad that it happened, but it kind of just put things into perspective that we need, more time with family, with kids. And, I appreciate it very much. And that's, and I thought being home with my husband that we were probably going to kill each other. But no, I felt like it brought us closer. It brought us closer.
I don't know if they'll say the same, but don't ask.
I'm like, babe, what you feel about us getting quarantined together?
No pressure, babe. No pressure.
No pressure.
That's what he'd be like,
What? Yeah? No speak English.
You guys are silly. So I'm looking at some of the comments here, and Alicia put up a comment, and I'm covering you ladies. I'm sorry. It says, I'm thankful for my family, friends, job, a roof over my head, and many seen and unseen blessings. I work for a wonderful nonprofit that allows its employees to work remotely, especially during these trying times, and I'm living back home in Philly. I'm going to take that down because it's covering us. But Alicia, I think touche on that. I think all of us are just thankful for unseen blessings. I think, honestly, if I can say, I didn't say what I was thankful for, right? So my biggest thank you during this time. So if you've watched the show, seen the film, anything, you know who my daughter is, and you all know who my daughter is. We always got along very well, but Evelyn probably knows more than all of you. We've had our moments. This pandemic, I think my biggest blessing has been it arriving, honestly. And people are like, what do you mean? During this pandemic, I was able to begin a workout routine with my daughter. We started walking every day, which made us communicate a lot better than we did before. She started to open up to me, tell me things I had never heard before. We helped each other, we motivated each other, and I like food, so I've gained some of the weight back, but I'm cool with that. I love food. But she was consistent. I was able to watch my daughter set a goal and achieve it. I was able to sit and about life is just hearing who she was as a person that normally I wouldn't have had the time to do had the pandemic not been here, because I would be at work. We won't get home till close to 6, start to cook food. She would do homework. She would go to bed. And we really weren't having those bonding moments. And having 2020 kind of happen the way that it did gave us the moment to just sit back and be like, so tell me about you. Like, Alina, who are you? What do you like? What don't you like? Type of thing. So I think my biggest blessing and my biggest thing that I'm thankful for in this pandemic was being able to get to know my daughter a lot better than what I did before. And also seeing her blossom a little bit, because she did make a different change in her personality and her mindset, and just learn. I don't know, maybe it was for me that she changed, or maybe it was just that I just got to know her better. But I started to see a lot of things in her that I was like, wow, that girl is smart, you know? I think it gave me that for a lot of things. I spent a lot of time of this pandemic with Evelyn. And I think that I was able to see both of our girls kind of transform. And I think I get it when she says she's home, she's able to be with her girls, because I think I learned so much about those two and who they are and their personalities. And, you know, she can attest, just spending time with them. It's like, wow, it's so different from the normal 9 to 5, go to work, come home, and then everybody does their homework and goes to bed type of thing. So that is my biggest thank you for 2020. So we're minutes in, people, and I want to remind those watching, as per always, if you are going through any form of domestic violence and you feel as though you need help, you can contact the domestic violence hotline at 1-800-79-7233. You can talk to them live, you can chat with them, or you can text them if you feel like you are cautious of your abuser being around. You can also contact us at loveshouldnothurt.com. So we are going to take a minute now. I want to do everyone every so often and close out the show with a special one. We are going to remember someone that Jessica sent in at the moment. So Jessica, tell us a little bit about this person that we're about to remember and we're thankful for this year.
Sure. So it's Maribel Melendez. So she is my best friend's little sister. I knew her since she was 1 year old. And she was just like my little sister. And we lost her 5 years ago, unfortunately. And we lost her around Thanksgiving. So when you had mentioned about honoring somebody, she was the first person that popped into my head.
All right. So we're going to put her up. We probably won't see your face when we do that.
Okay.
So you know, but I want to take a minute to remember her. It is Thanksgiving and we want to be thankful, but we also want to remember those folks that we lost and we wish were here during this time right now with a positive mindset. So this is Maribel Melendez. I just want to take a minute of silence so that we can send up a prayer for her and her family, because I'm sure during this time it's difficult. All right. Thank you for submitting that, Jessica. And I hope she is watching down and seeing how amazing you are, because I'm
Thank
sure
you.
she is proud of who you are and her family. Let's bring our people back on. Hey there, folks.
Hi.
So, seeing as
Welcome
though
back.
what it is, we've seen what we're thankful for in 2020, looking forward to the future in 2021. Look at Ray, he's looking out yonder. What is it that we hope will come out of 2021? Like, looking back at how difficult this year was, what do you think you're looking forward to in 2021? Evelyn, go first.
Ooh.
Sorry.
You know, the first thing I thought about was honestly like a more, I don't want to sound like corny or like super American, but like a more settled America. We have a new president. We have a lot of healing to do. But I think it'd be really, really nice to have a year where we're not hearing about so much injustice in our country, and we're supporting one another a lot better. I want America to be calm, as corny as that may sound, because it was really, really tough waking up almost all of 2020, even before that. And on top of the pandemic, a president who didn't care for us, who wasn't taking care of us. So I'm hoping for a much more calmer, settled 2021 where we don't talk about this kind of stuff as much anymore. Like, hopefully good things. Continued health, my kids, my family, new beginnings in different ways. I don't know what that'll be, work, job, home, life, whatever. But I just know that I'm excited for 2021 in a way that I wasn't for 2020. And I think because 2020 was so bad. So I think if we can all pull from this, that 2020 helped us realize that it's gotten really, really bad and we survived it.
We definitely did. And I don't think at any point we all thought that we would at some point.
No,
I think that we all deserve a pat on all of our backs for getting through it and continuing to, because it's not over. It's kind of just, we're hoping that it's kind of ending a little bit, even though we know we're not out of the water yet. But, hopefully 2021 will bring us a lot more blessings.
I hope so. Just peace and just some calm. But I think the first half is going to definitely be still about this, and probably for the rest of our lives is going to be about this. But I hope so. I look forward to it. Our girls will be finishing a milestone in their lives, and you and I are getting ready for high school kids soon. So that'll be 2021, us crying every single day around September.
I already cry, so.
But I guess those are exciting times. Just a lot of blessings. I think 2021 is going to be a lot better. Not that it can't get any worse, but now we know, and hopefully we'll appreciate it more.
Ray, what are you looking forward to in 2021?
I'm gonna actually hold back on that because I'm actually looking for something.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you guys know because it's something.
Drink up, people. Drink up.
Yeah, and I'm a little nervous because when Ray says that, you never know what's gonna happen.
No.
I've been his friend for a long time.
Christy, can we just go off? What are you thankful in this picture?
But why did he?
Aquanet.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
Aquanet.
Good hairspray.
How did he pop that up?
He has secrets.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna jump to Jessica and find out what Jessica is gonna look forward to in 2020.
Oh man.
And we're gonna forget we saw that image.
Okay. He caught me off guard. Okay. Definitely just, people coming together more, like being more united, for sure. And I think that I want to continue being still and not, it's not about the rat race, right? It's just about, why am I so red? Like, but
You're under pressure.
Oh, so red. But just continue to spend more time with family. I think that in all of this is just, we know that life is short and we just need to focus on what's most important. Priorities, keep priorities first. Yes, that's pretty much it. But, yeah.
Definitely. I'm scared to be back. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right. I'm doing good. She's gonna probably delete all the pictures that
Oh, he's popping up pictures. Let me see what's next.
delete.
What's next?
As he's talking, I'm gonna be like, delete.
You gotta pop them up quick.
Didn't you like that picture?
No.
It was nice.
No.
Making me choke.
She's really feeling it.
2021.
All right. So
What are you looking forward to?
I can't hardly hear you.
She losing connection, or is that me?
Oh, I think she froze.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I know. It's kind of like going back and forth. We're having some technical difficulties here. I swear I paid my cable bill.
So say that all over again, what you said.
I said we're going to disregard the photo. What are you looking forward to in 2021?
Me.
You, Reynaldo Villas.
What am I looking forward to 2021? Hopefully, we can get out of this pandemic. It's just overall that they look for a cure, something that, we can just Just say, you know what, we made it till tomorrow, and then the next day. It's been it's been a really rocky. There's those moments of you get a little bit, you don't know how you feel, you don't know how you're gonna wake up, you don't know what you're looking forward to for today. As long as I mean, I'm really thankful that I have my job, that I have people that love me around me. But it's just been one of those moments that you appreciate a little bit more. So I mean, in all honesty, I mean, I just what I look forward to is just a cure. It's just a cure, and what Evelyn said, a little bit of a. I just, and I don't mean to put this, this politics piece involved, because I don't want to, make nobody, feel uncomfortable or anyway watching the show.
It's kind of like going back and forth. We're having some technical difficulties here. I swear on Facebook.
Did you guys just hear that? All
Did
right.
we go in a time machine?
I'm like,
We step back.
no, are we in the future right now? No. Chrissy, I swear you said that already. No, but it's just, in all honesty, it's just really a president of the people. It's just I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, I wish there was no pandemic. I would go and haul my ass over there to Washington. But unfortunately, but just spending more time with my family. I think that now it's like, as soon as this pandemic is over, I just want to hug them all. That's basically it. It's just really hug the hell out of people, that all my family, my friends that I haven't seen in a while. Just really appreciate them and just hug them.
I think that's what a lot of us are feeling. Honestly, this Thanksgiving is gonna suck for me, because I won't be able to see either of my sisters for Thanksgiving, which is difficult because it's our first year without my grandmother. So I'll honestly say that my looking forward to 2021 is that I'll be able to see my family normal again. I'll be able to see my sisters and be in the same room with them. I'll be able to and just hug her husband, and be around the kids and just feel normal again. I'm just looking forward to normalcy and just being back to who we were, being able to be gathered as a family and just love on each other. It just seems so morbid and so unreal that we're going through the holidays and so many families are just apart, and to see the news and people say, if you have family members, please don't get together if you're in separate households. And it's so sucky, because it's like, wow, it's Thanksgiving, the time when that's what we do. Like, we gather as family, we're together. And this year it's like everybody's apart. So my biggest look for 21 is just for us to be able to be together again, to show each other how much we love each other physically, and just be in one another's presence.
Mhm.
Jessica Fontanez says, I'm thankful I celebrate mommy's 80th birthday this year, and so far my family has stayed healthy in 2020. So mommy is her grandmother who raised her, so that is her mommy. So Jessica, I hear you. I think that's a blessing for all of us to say that we are able to see our family and loved ones grow older and just be able to see them, as each milestone passes. I think we all are thankful for our health. Um, COVID struck my family twice, once with my father and second with me. I didn't even realize with me. But my father got it very, very bad. Clearly, we realized that he was sick and he was hospitalized for 2 months. So that's another thing that I'm highly thankful for, because he came out of the hospital. We're able to see him, and he surpassed this illness. But I think COVID has touched a lot of our lives throughout this year, whether it's personal or just impersonal from people that we know. So I'm just thankful to kind of start putting it behind us, hopefully soon.
Praying on it.
So definitely praying on it. So at this time, I want to remember another amazing lady, and I loved her daughter did. So if I get emotional, I'm sorry. Tonight we are second person are honoring and remembering is one of my closest people in my lives, mother, Miss Jessica Fontanez. Who, see, I told you I get emotional. She lost her mommy 8 years ago around Thanksgiving as well, November 17th. So tonight we're going to remember her and see her beautiful face and just send a prayer and a smile up to heaven for Mori, because I know Mori is looking down on Jessica and sees how amazing, I'm a crybaby, how great of a mother Jessica has become, and wife and beautiful person. And I know Jessica is watching, and I know that this is difficult for you this year, but just know that she watches you, Jess, and she's super, super proud of you. So we are remembering Ramonita, but affectionately known as Mori. This is Ramonita, beautiful soul. As before, let's just take a minute so that we can send up some prayers for her family, send up some love to heaven, because I know that Mori is looking down on us. Ray.
What's up?
So I know you weren't able to send something in, but prior to us getting on tonight, we were talking about people that we would like to remember. Who specifically would you like to remember this evening?
So I don't know if you got to see it on your end,
I didn't.
but I did post something recently.
I see it now.
It's really an old picture, but just really quick to go back to out of love and kindness, it was always Titi Mori,
Yeah.
and oh my God, how much I miss her. She was definitely the light of the party, of every party, between her and how close Jasmine and her were cousins, and they were like more like sisters. And it's just, I know Mori's definitely, very proud of Jessica. I know that she's very, very proud, and she's truly, truly missed. But prior to this, I know that you asked me, and I was kind of like brainstorming, like, and I know that you said my dad. So I was like, you said Papa, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Of course. It's just, I guess in the time that I was just doing a bunch of stuff today. It was just, it was, it's an old picture that I'm gonna post, but that's me and my dad when I was like a baby. I was like 2 years ago. So this is me and my dad back in the day.
Aww. Qué lindo.
And I still don't have hair. That's a shame. It's just so sad. But um, miss him.
I'm sure. Well, listen, I had the opportunity to know him, Rudy,
Yeah,
and
he was
he was,
Rufito,
that's
Rodolfo.
right.
He was just an overall. Like I said, I didn't expect all this,
That's
but
okay.
uh, at the age of 21, I lost my dad, and I felt like I wasn't a man. I wasn't man enough yet. And I miss him. It's, he just 19 years ago, um, he passed away on November 9th, and it was something that you know he said his goodbye. That's the weird part. It was just like something that sometimes you don't expect, but he still said his goodbye. It was just that one hug that it was just like, all right, it's just, and out of all of us that had the opportunity to say our goodbyes in a different way, he really said that same exact day his goodbye. But at the same time, I know he's constantly with me, because trust and believe that if you think that half the time I'm cracking jokes and being, my father was way funnier, like way funnier. He would just
Yes,
tell
he
me, like,
was.
come over here. I'm gonna tell you a joke. And he would just, and he didn't care where he was. He wanted to crack a joke somewhere. If it
Yep.
was at a funeral, at a church, it was just like, come over here. Let me, he loved to see people smile. So definitely remember him. And it's great to remember my dad. And thank you for having that opportunity of remembering him.
Of course. I remember your dad so fondly. He worked at the supermarket across the street from my grandmother's home. That's actually how me and Ray met. Um, and he was hilarious. He would make you crack up. You know, my man joked about everything, and he was always so good to me and so loving and just such a sweet, sweet person. And I always say that I would never forget, you know, the day that he passed because it was the day after my birthday. And I remember my roommate Felicita came into my dorm room and said, "Did you know?" And I had no idea. And it definitely broke my heart because your dad was such a sweetheart. So, of course, we would remember him today because, you know, these people are gone from our lives. But I think the thankful part is that now we have angels who watch over us, you know, and we know that they loved us while they were here and they prayed on us and watched over us. But now that they're gone, they're still watching over us, still helping to support us. And, you know, I think you, myself, even, you know, Jessica, Evelyn, and suffered a loss. I think all of us are better people because of those people and because they were in our lives. So I was asking everyone prior to send me stuff. So, you know, if anyone's wondering what's going on, to just remember. I know that it's a difficult, you know, time for a lot of people, especially during the holidays, because that's when we miss these people the most. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure I got all the comments that people are writing here. Praying for all of you guys and sending hugs and strength. So I'm going to save my picture to the end. Today's show for me is being dedicated to my grandmother, who I believe is constantly with me. I want to tell a story because it reminds me, right? So what I wanted to ask all of you prior to just closing out the show, we're 40 minutes in, is what part of Thanksgiving is your favorite part? Now, don't say the food. We all like the food. But what do you love most about Thanksgiving? Is that your favorite part? But, you know, everybody looks forward to something, right? I love Christmas because I love parranda music. I love to hear it. I'm a hick. I'm a jibara. I play it around the house all day long. But Thanksgiving was always special to me because it was grandmom's favorite holiday. And she loved it because she loved the sense of family. She loved praying over us right before dinner and knowing that, wow, all of my grandchildren are next to me. My son is here with me, my granddaughters. And that was what she always said. This is my favorite holiday because yo te tengo a ustedes aquí en un cuarto together at the same time because your lives are crazy, right? Throughout the year, but Thanksgiving is a time for family and giving thanks. And that was always her favorite time. So what are each of your most favorite things about Thanksgiving? It's only 2 days away.
Go for it, Evelyn.
We'll go first.
You know, I'm thinking, I feel like for me, it's like the kickoff of the holidays for me. Like, it's when it's official because like everyone's getting together, we're eating. You know, family you may not have seen in months or however long, you might see them, even that cousin, you forgot their name and the titi from over here. But for me, like it kicks off the season. It's like now it's Christmas is coming and then we can decorate it. And I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. So I think for me, I get the most excited for that and just kind of knowing that I get to be with family and enjoy it. And even this year, we're definitely trying to, it's a struggle, but we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
She'll Zoom call me because she loves me too.
Jerry.
Next, okay. So obviously, you know, it's going to be different this year. But normally, when I purchased my first home, we were combined both families, my family, my husband's family, and every year they started coming together, and it was like the only time that they were actually together in one room. And that's something that I love, just having the families come together, and we'll have some shoot pool, some play dominoes, and you know, of course, the food, the pernil and the pasteles, and you know, that's the favorite part.
I got the hookup. I get the hookup. She don't scream with me if you need pateles.
So obviously this is going to be small, you know, 10 people, 11 maybe. No, but yeah.
It's something different. It's just something that we're not accustomed to because especially in our household, it's just like everybody's like, excuse me, and everybody's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the kitchen. You can have the biggest house, but everybody's in the kitchen. Seriously, like,
You know why?
we have sofas and we have a dining room set. Why is everybody in the kitchen? But, it's going to be a different feel. You know, it's unfortunately it's going to be a different feel. But it's going to be. I still see it as a blessing. I mean, as long as your family's okay and they're healthy, and you know, we're so advanced nowadays. You know, like even though it might feel different, it might not feel the same, obviously. But putting them on Zoom or putting them on FaceTime and just saying, you know, like, hey, and just making sure that they're okay, that's what counts. It's the count. What really counts is just being there for your family, making sure that you're there. You can say hi. It feels good. I mean, it feels good throughout the whole entire piece. Like my mom. It's just so funny. She's just. It was in the beginning of the pandemic. We called, I think, everybody in Puerto Rico. So you know, my mom wanted to know how everybody was. So she was just like, you know, you know, looking at everybody. It was just so cute. You know, just looking at her. She's just like, I mean, like, you know, it's just sure that you're seeing that smile on her face, and you know, it just makes your day. So you know, like, and that's the one thing. The key thing is making sure that you're there for your family, and making sure that you're in constant communication. No day is promised. No day is promised, and it's just it feels good to just say, like, you know, shoot a message. Hey, love you. Hey, hope you're having a great day. And it's just an overall, you know, it's just I'm thankful for at least having that time with family and making sure that even though we might not be physically all together in the kitchen, but at least we can hit each other up FaceTime or Zoom or anything and just, you know, just wish each other, you know, great health and a happy, you know, Thanksgiving and things like that. But it's just it's something different. It's definitely something different. But we're gonna get through this, you know.
Definitely.
Triti.
I know, Christy. That's what Grandma called me.
Triti, your turn.
I know. You know, well, this Thanksgiving is going to be very intimate. Me and my daughter. I'm cooking a meal for us. Um, and it's kind of been weighing heavy on my heart all week, but I think that I'm getting a little bit better at accepting it because I feel like you said, even though I won't see my sisters, I can FaceTime them and just check in and, you know, say happy Thanksgiving. Um, just, you know what, just being able to have her, you know, I can't say that I'm alone because I have my daughter and, you know, she's always a blessing to me. So, you know, I'm going to cook the food that she wants made and I'm not going to care about what I like and what I don't like. It's going to be whatever Alina asks me for. She's going to cook it. We're going to be fat and nasty together. And I appreciate that because I love food. She's accepted that she's going to eat everything she sees. She's like, I'm going to pick out. So I'm going to make her whatever she wants. And we're going to be corny and we're going to watch Christmas movies and we're going to make the best of it because grandma is probably looking down like, tú no puedes estar llorando, tú no puedes estar, you know, thinking horrible. So I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving just being different this year, but just being appreciative that I'm still alive. I have my health and, you know, it's not going to be like this forever. So it is 48 minutes in. We have 12 minutes left. Charlotte Serrano says she loves you, Belez. His heart's pitter pattering. You just gave up something to be thankful for, Charlotte.
Love you, Sherry. Sorry. He's the lucky one out of all of us because you know where she's at right now, right?
No. Oh, she's in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
So.
We're jealous. We're jealous. So to close us out, even though we have 12 minutes left, to close us out, I just want to say that I am thankful for each and every one of you guys for being there for me. Here come the tears again, George. I'll be trying to like get rid of it, and then it pops right back up. I'm like, I got it back.
You're like, hey, what's up, Chrissy? I'm back.
But I am extremely thankful for all of you on this screen for just being amazing individuals in my life through the good, bad, and the ugly. I believe every single one of you has told me about myself at some point.
Sorry.
She said, I was like, I'm not sorry. But I appreciate that. And that takes a lot of growth to accept when you are told about yourself and you got to be like, damn, she right. So I appreciate all of you and definitely thankful for you guys. So when I am thanking God and my blessings this Thursday, you all will be a part of those blessings.
Mhm.
I hope you all have an amazing holiday. I hope that you are blessed with whatever 2021 has in store for you, because I know that all of you have greatness coming. You all have special things that are happening in your lives. And I know that 2020 might have sucked for a lot of people, but I hope that everyone watching has found at least one thing to be thankful for this year. We are still alive. We are breathing. We have sort of made it through this and we're continuing to push through. So before we close out our show with 9 minutes left, anything else you guys are thankful for in this year before we close out? Ray, your mouth started to move. You can go first.
His
Eyebrows?
eyebrows.
Oh, no, mine's pretty this year.
No, no, it's just an overall I want to tell you guys something before I say that. So in January, I just came out of nowhere. Just what like it was. This was like probably in the beginning of December that I just came out of nowhere and was like, you know what? I want to do it like a small family reunion for my mom's side of the family. Um, so when I started thinking about, I started hitting up everybody, did an invite, and just started just texting, sending it through Messenger, sending like it was just trying to send it out, and it was something because we ended up doing it exactly on I think it was January 6th. I think that's the day that we did it. It was that Sunday. So we ended up doing that get together, and anybody that goes onto my page, the top part is that family. It's a family photo, and it's all of us all together. That was just a piece of the family, but obviously not everybody could join because of their engagements. But it was something because I'm gonna say maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, my mom says, "Mira qué cosa that you did that in January, and the pandemic came in March. So we actually got to see the family right before this piece. So anybody that knows me, I love to be around family. Like my thing is that I'm a family person. You need me, I'm 100% there. I'm constantly like involved. If you have a sweet 16, I'm like, sup, you need me? Hey, the wedding, sup, you need me? Because I'm constantly there for my family. That's one thing that I always want to be remembered as, is just that guy that was always there for his family. And it was just that one thing that I appreciated. It was just like that. I'll see you guys when there's a cure type of feel. Like at the end, they're like, yo. And then when we started thinking about it, we're like, wow, we actually got to see the family right before the pandemic. So it was actually pretty okay, like to just have that moment with the family and just laughing and just being together. So one thing that I want to close out on saying is just appreciate your family. Just be there for your family. Even if the most dumbest things can arise, the most dumbest things, and it could be the most dumbest argument, the most dumbest anything. Who cares? And in all honesty, it should just be that you just put stuff to the side, put your big girl, big boy panties or drawers on, and just be like, you know what? I'm sorry. As much as sometimes the pride gets in the way, and it's just it just sucks because of the fact that it shouldn't be about pride. Especially one thing that we all should have learned, especially during this pandemic, is to value somebody. Okay, it's just knowing that like I said before, no day is promised. We don't know if we're healthy. We don't know that we're not healthy from getting COVID. We don't know that, and it was just be there for whoever you have to be there for. As much as you can, be that right person that you need to be. Even if it's your fault, even if it's their fault, who cares whose fault it is? Say those, I am sorry. Those 3 words trust and believe it would close out a chapter that you don't want. You don't want to go through the just the BS, the BS that 2020 has. I truly believe that this is the learning year. This is the learning year, and to really sacrifice some things and also just be thankful. Just be overall thankful. And it goes perfect with Chrissy's theme. What are you thankful for? And it is just overall the learning experience that 2020 has given. Everybody says it's bad. It's change it. Change the mindset and just say, you know what? It was a learning experience. It made me a little bit stronger. It made me a little bit wiser. It made me want to even do more than what I had to do. Oh, sorry. I'm saying sorry to the board, of course. But it's just overall, and it's just thank you. Just thank you. And as well, Chrissy, great job on it's just thank you for having this type of platform. And it's just and continuing this, and thank you for opening up people's eyes a little bit more. So just overall, for me, just thankful.
Awesome. Thank you. Jessica?
Yes, I like him. Why we haven't been friends like before?
Huh? Jessica, meet Ray. Ray, meet Jessica.
I know. So I've heard about him probably for
Ever.
oh my God, over 20 years.
I'm
But
like,
I've never, yeah, I don't know him, but I know of you for over 20 years. But why I don't know you, I don't know. We could be
You know
family.
him now.
I know. No, kind of. Virtually, yeah. Come on, Ray. Walter. Is it Walter? So
Inside joke.
Inside joke, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm also a very family-oriented person. I love my family very much, and I love my friends. And I just want to say, Vega. Sorry, Vega. That's what I call her. We work at school together. Used to. So she's known as Cristina de la Vega for me. But I am very grateful for you and, opening this platform, as Ray said, to everyone out here, because you give an opportunity for people to speak and to comment and just to share, your beautiful selves with all of us.
You're welcome.
But yes, I'm very grateful for just the family and friends. I think that a lot of people forget that what's most important. And it's just instead of the materialistic things or just getting up and keep going, do stuff instead of just sitting down and relaxing and just watching a movie. And that's what I'm going to be enjoying during the rest of the 2020s, sitting down watching some Christmas movies.
That's right. Nothing wrong with that. Love me a good Christmas movie. Cheesy and all. Mrs. Ramos?
I'm thankful. You know what I want to say? I'm thankful for sweatpants. Forgot to say that earlier. We had that conversation because I do a lot of these meetings a lot more comfortably than I did before. So I'm thankful for sweatpants. But on a serious note, you know what I'm really thankful for, honestly, I think it's so cliche. I'm thankful for my family, but my husband, I mean, he's clutch. I married him for a reason. But it's never changed, which is really nice, and I think now we're more comfortable. I'm like, oh, you're more freckled now than when we were together the first time. And we've been together 15 years, and for me to still feel butterflies when he comes home or kind of miss him when he's gone. I know I can't let him hear this because then it's gonna go in his head.
He's watching right now.
But you know what too? He's watching. He's probably upstairs, or she better send me. But I'm thankful for him because he's always been a good dad. But me being a stay-at-home mom and a full-time mom during the day with a 3-year-old, he comes home and he's just he gets right in there and he's calling all day, or he's like, I'll come and get her for a little while. It's we've had to be creative in a new way. But we thought we're settled, we're married, we got this. And then we're like, oh, pandemic, you got to do this. And now we got to figure this out. And I think we're a good partnership. So I'm thankful for him. I mean, it's really hard to find somebody that can still give you butterflies and get on your nerves at the same time like nobody else. So I'm thankful and I'm excited for the next year with him. And you know, we just have so much more life to live. So I'm thankful for my
If
I
it's
like
can,
that.
I
just comes.
I could touche because when he married her, he married us.
It was a
So
partnership.
when I got yes, right, you know, he needed to know that because when I got a flat tire, he's who I call, and when I need something done, he's who I call.
I
So
like that.
I'm thankful for her husband. I'm thankful for her husband too.
Now, my husband's probably like, yeah, she sure did make me marry all those women. Sorry.
That's good.
Well, it has been great, and I'm happy that you guys were able to share the screen with me today. I'm
No, not yet.
welcome to an end. Thank you guys. Because you guys always say yes when I throw my goofiness out, and I'll be like, "You want to do this?" Yeah, I'll be like, "Sure." So thank you guys for always coming and being so supportive of this. You know, you guys always thank me, but honestly, I don't do it for me. So it's not me that you need to thank. I do it so that everybody out there has that outlet and that resource. So that's why I do it. So, you know, I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do, and I'm gonna try my best not to bawl like I'm nuts. But to close out this evening, woo, all right. So today's show was about thankfulness, about what it is that we're most thankful for, and I paid homage to a couple folks that are no longer with us that we know are shining down on us. But today's show is in dedication of my grandmother. Everyone knows that I adore her, and she departed us on March 6th this year, prior to the pandemic. I think God knows what he does because I don't think she would have been strong enough to withstand this pandemic. Um, but it has been a difficult few months without her. As I tell everybody, I do not know life without her. So I'm pushing through. So today's show is in dedication of her. So I'm going to remove everyone from the screen. I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me tonight.
I love you.
Love you guys. We're going to close out this show tonight remembering my beautiful queen. It means the world to me. But I know that grandma is still with me. I know that she surrounds me. I know that she feels me. Christmas is her time of the year. So is Thanksgiving. We play parranda music this time of the year. So I'm going to play one of her favorite songs that I spent last year playing and singing to her at Christmas time. And I'm going to pay homage to my amazing grandmother. Llegaron las navidades, las fiestas reales de nuestro hogar, fiesta de todos nuestros sacrificios, nuestros desvelos y nuestra paz. Dame la mano, paloma, para subir a tu nido. Thank you guys all so much for being here tonight. I am closing out the show and I'm going to leave her picture there so everyone sees her. Our queen, I love her. I miss her so much. I hope I'm making her proud. Have a good night, everyone.